Just because you're young doesn't mean you have a lot of time to make something happen. Just because you're young doesn't mean that you can waste time and tomorrow is promised.
I think it's harder for a young person to succeed in business because oftentimes they don't have a mentor. And for me, I'm just going to tell you, I was lucky to find a mentor early on in life that taught me about how to have fun and be a businessman, but also live the right way.
To set a great example for future generations, there's a couple things that I've always heard that have benefited me, that I've made part of my life is number one, you got to read the right books. You got to put the right things in your mind. They say out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Whatever's abundant in you is what you let go. Second thing is being around the right people. I find too many of my friends are around the wrong people. I constantly want to put myself around people that are living the kind of life that I'd want to live and exemplify. And I look for those people and I seek them out. And when I find one, I try to make sure that I'm around them because they challenge me. And they don't always tell you the things that you want to hear, but they'll tell you the things that you have to hear in order to take your life to another level. And then the last thing is being in different environments that allow you to grow. Being in the right events, in the right circumstances. You know, putting yourself in an environment that causes you to be against the wall or maybe is a little uncomfortable, but eventually being around it enough times, you start to own it and you start to get a little bit more belief in increments in yourself. And all that adds up to where you're comfortable in your own shoes, and no matter what happens to your left or your right, you know you're running a marathon, and all that matters is where you're going, not where you're at.
If I were starting an industry right now and I was new and I was young, there are three major things I would keep in mind. Number one is I would take myself more serious than anybody expects to take me. Number two, I would understand exactly everything I need to do so I'm better than everybody else. And number three, I will go out of my way to let know everybody that I'm working with that I'm that guy.
I know a lot of people that have made it great and done great things in business at a young age. I do think it's possible, but I also think it's possible to get the opportunity and not do the right things with it. I do think it's possible for younger people to step up and help lead our country, help give a great example to future generations.
What I would say to young people that want to go into business for themselves, or someone that's 18 years old, advice I would give somebody would just be, ultimately you have to do it in something that you love. You have to have an absolute passion for it, and you have to be very serious about it. And you are going to come across people that are going to want to bring you down. So I would say, you have to kind of put on earmuffs and just, keep your eyes on what you want and understand why you're doing it.
I talk to my team right now, and I talk to clients, families that I sit with. I let them know that we're all operating on a certain time clock. If we're older, our clock is moving a lot faster, and if we're younger, we have to act and work as if time is against us.